Good evening. An emotional day in court as the Metro officer charged with homicide faces a judge.
Andrew Delkey is charged in the shooting death of Daniel Hambrick. Matthew Torres has been in court all day long. Matthew, what have you learned?
Well, right now the defense has an expert witness dissect and review the surveillance video from MDHA and MLK school that captured the chase and the shooting. One of the camera angles that captured the shooting, it turns out in its original format, is zoomed all the way out. The witness says the fact that you have to zoom all the way in to capture the shooting the moment Hambrick fell to the ground can actually alter what is perceived to be the case. Another camera angle shows what appears to be a gun in Hambrick's right hand when he was running away. That is interesting because whenever he was found on the ground after the shooting, that gun was in his left hand. Another witness that also took the stand today was Delkey's supervisor, who says that he followed proper protocol. The question really is if Daniel Hambrick had the intent of turning around and shooting Delkey during this chase. In a recorded interview that we heard today, Delkey knew he would be using deadly force when Hambrick refused to drop his gun and even turned around to face that officer using a prop gun. His defense argued that where he was shot, his body seemed to have been angled before he fell to the ground, and the medical examiner agreed. The defense is also presenting other witnesses, one of them being the officer who handcuffed Hambrick after he was shot 3 times, one being in the head. He says that Hambrick's gun had that gun clenched underneath him. Delkey admitted that he did not know Hambrick before the chase, but says that he felt his life was at risk. Throughout this whole day, we had the courtroom filled with supporters from both sides. We would typically show you what is happening inside, but according to Judge Melissa Blackburn, she had strict rules not to show what is happening live right now or use videos of when this hearing is happening. We'll have an update and wrap up of things to come on News Channel 5 at 10, but for now, reporting live at the Birch Building, I'm Matthew Torres, News Channel 5.
All right, thank you so much, Matthew. Also, one of the reasons that we couldn't go in there and get video, but we were outside as people were entering into the courtroom. When we first got here, there were about 50 people standing outside. They were supporters. It looked like they were supporters of Officer Andrew Delkey. They were waiting to get in. We were also here when they first let people in, and one of the first people they let in was Officer Delkey, followed shortly thereafter by Daniel Hambrick's mother. So once they started letting people in, they were trying to be even about it, letting Hambrick supporters in and Officer Delkey, his supporters in around the same time. So it was just going back and forth until eventually it became totally full, the courtroom, and they weren't allowed to let anybody else in. So there were about 20 people standing outside in the hallway, and they were trying to get in, but like I said, there was just no more space left in there. We talked with the grandmother of Hambrick earlier, and she said that this thing has been very emotionally taxing for everyone involved, and tensions were kind of high.
He was running for his life, and the policeman shot him down like he wanted his life. You know, who does that?
Yeah, and the defense is pleading their case right now in this hearing. We're going on 5 hours for this hearing right now, so there's a lot that still needs to be said, and we're not sure how long it's going to take for them until they wrap up. Reporting live, Kyle Horan, News Channel 5.